this is Chris Bentson, and it's time for another Resource Minute. Today I want to talk about the most valuable asset a practice owner has, and that's your team members. If you think about your practice outside of your reputation and the work that you are able to put out on the street, your team members are the most valuable asset you have. And there's good reason for that. You invest more dollars in your people than you do any place else in your practice. A lot of times you think of staff expense at 25% as W-2 wages. That's not true. And so if you want to see the breakdown of how you get to 25%, it's in the chart of accounts on the left. This is what we saw last year. And you can download this by taking a picture of this screen, copying that link, and it's probably the most downloaded piece of paper from our office every year. But it's what we use when we do evaluations. But just remember, W-2 wages should be about 20.5%, but when you add in all the benefits, that comes to 25%. So every 5 years, what we do is a complete analysis of all the valuations we've done and the number of staff positions and what the hourly rates were for each of those. So this is always interesting data. You can see how they've increased over the last decade. And what we have here is 2019 data and then a comparison of 2014 and 2019. And I wanted to point out two things in that comparison. One is that we now have marketing coordinators that are showing up as a individually labeled and listed staff position. We didn't even have that in 2009 and 2014. Other people on our team did that. I think that points us to the fact that it's a more competitive environment, and we're hiring and investing in that area in people to help make the phone ring and to help our practices grow. So that's one area. The second area is if you look at the largest percent of growth in hourly wages and you throw sterilization assistant out as an outlier, it's in our office managers. And I think this is another indicator that our practices are more complex to run. We're delegating more, which is a great skill to incubate and to get some professionalism in. And there's just a lot of moving parts to our practices when you factor in marketing, technology, competitive environments, other treatment modalities, and so forth. And so office managers are a more important part, and we've recognized that and are spending more on that. So this is interesting data for all of you. We know we're going to write in more detail about this data in our next resource newsletter. So if you're a subscriber, you'll see it kind of by geography. Many of you ask about, isn't it more expensive in my area than another area? You'll see some of that breakdown in our next resource. So that completes the Resource Minute. We thought you'd like to know.